The case against Karmelo Anthony for the death of another Frisco ISD student could be in the hands of the jury at any moment. We've got crews in the courtroom. Let's go out live now to Chris Sadeghi, who has been following this trial for us, and he is outside the courthouse right now. Chris, what are you hearing?
Well, Kara, just about 10 minutes ago, closing arguments wrapped up, but we learned about a big development before those arguments began. We learned that the jury will be able to consider manslaughter as a lesser charge to murder. Manslaughter is a reckless killing, whereas murder includes the intent. The maximum sentence for manslaughter is 20 years, whereas murder, the maximum is life. As closing arguments began, the state waived their right to open, so the defense went first. Attorney Mike Howard argued that Karmelo Anthony was invited into the tent by someone he knew and that nobody had the right to use force to eject him. He says Anthony did have a right to defend himself against someone much bigger than him. But prosecutor Bill Werski argued that Anthony showed up in a mindset that day, and that's why he had a knife. They say that self-defense is not a defense in this case because Anthony provoked Austin Metcalf into pushing him when he said, "Touch me and see what happens." That will be something the jury has to consider when they begin deliberations. I talked this morning with legal expert Keith Harris about what to expect when those deliberations begin.
I don't think that there's anything to put into what takes them so long, or if they're out 6 hours versus 2 hours or something like that. You just never can really know what's going on until you talk to them afterwards.
But one thing we do know is that the jury, if they do not have a decision by the end of the day, will be sequestered at a hotel, and they will remain in sequester until they reach a decision in this case. And once again, the closing arguments are done, so now the case in the jury's hands. Kara, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And you can stay with us for updates on when the jury gets the case, as well as live coverage once a verdict comes in. You can also watch our After the Trial coverage every night at 8 p.m. on WFAA+.